Let's get one thing straight. If your hiring process for a security systems engineer relies on filtering resumes for keywords and certifications, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're hiring a person to do a job, not a list of qualifications. The biggest mistake managers make is believing that a perfect resume guarantees a perfect employee. That approach prioritizes past accomplishments on a document over future potential and on-the-job performance. This guide is your new playbook. I'll show you a performance-based hiring approach that actually predicts success. You'll get clear steps to assess candidates effectively and compliantly, plus insider hiring tips specific to security systems engineers. So what does a security systems engineer actually do? They are the architects and guardians of your systems. They design, implement, and maintain security measures that protect networks, systems, and sensitive data. A single vulnerability, a missed threat, or a slow response can lead to financial loss, reputational damage, and legal penalties. This role sits on the front lines during incidents, and their work underpins your risk management strategy. Hiring the right engineer transforms your posture from reactive to proactive. They anticipate threats, automate routine work, and enable secure innovation. The wrong hire can misconfigure systems, create blind spots, and introduce real risk. Cleanup and replacement cost far more than their salary. An A-player will identify critical vulnerabilities in the first 90 days and deliver a cost-effective remediation plan. They'll integrate security into CI/CD, reduce new product vulnerabilities, and become a force multiplier. Now let's define the real job start with a performance profile, not a generic job description. That helps you separate non-negotiable skills from nice-to-haves. Keep that profile front and center because hiring is about future outcomes, not past logos. Next, the must-have technical skills and the practical ways to assess them. Ready? Let's dive in. Must-have deep, hands-on expertise with core security systems, firewalls, IDS, IPS, authentication systems, and SIEMs, firewalls and rule design non-negotiable, intrusion detection and prevention systems, robust log management and CM experience, operating system hardening Windows and Linux practical skills, network security principles and protocol knowledge, TCP/IP, DNS, HTTP, proficiency with vulnerability assessment tools and the ability to prioritize real-world risk, proven incident response experience detecting, containing, eradicating under pressure, nice to have cloud security experience, AWS, Azure, or GCP, scripting skills, Python or PowerShell for automation. Certifications like CISSP or GIAC are valuable but not a substitute for hands-on results. Weigh real incidents and projects more heavily than pedigree alone. Beyond the code, soft skills predict who will succeed long-term. Problem-solving under pressure is essential. They must translate technical risk into clear business language for executives and engineers. Code switching builds trust across teams. Security is a team sport. Look for collaboration, mentorship, and we language. Mentorship and knowledge sharing are strong predictors of impact. Assess soft skills with behavioral, evidence-based questions. Ask for concrete incidents. For example, tell me about the most complex security incident you've managed. Walk me through detection to resolution. Ask, describe a time you disagreed with a dev or network team. How did you handle it and what was the result? Good answers show diplomacy, data-driven persuasion, and a focus on outcomes. Strong. I see peer review as critical. Here's a specific example where it caught a config error and how we fixed it. Weak. I don't really need peer review. That's a red flag. Combine structured scorecards with a practical hands-on technical assessment that mirrors the job. Live labs or take-home exercises show actual performance, not just claims. Use a standardized interview scorecard for every candidate to reduce bias and ensure consistent evaluation. Require multiple interviewers to score independently, then calibrate. Next, where to find candidates, which sources work best, and how to avoid common pitfalls. Let's go. Best source #1. Referrals from your top performers, pre-vetted and trusted. Best source #2. Targeted outreach on LinkedIn to passive candidates at relevant companies. Best source #3. Specialized communities and meetups. B-sides, OWASP, local security groups. Engaging these communities signals seriousness and yields high-signal candidates. Use structured scorecards, standardized questions, and rubric-based scoring to be fair and defensible. Pair scorecards with practical tests, live labs, simulated incidents, or take-home projects. Pitfalls, over-indexing on pedigree, rushing the process, or ignoring team fit. Avoid bias by standardizing questions and scoring and keep interviews compliant. Don't ask illegal or vague fit questions. Instead, describe a real team challenge and ask how they'd approach it. Compliant prompt. Our team is highly collaborative and uses peer review. How do you feel about work being reviewed, and how do you give feedback? Strong answer, specific example, focused on work, constructive language, and measurable outcome. Weak answer, dismissive of feedback or vague red flag. Actionable checklist. 1. Build a performance profile. 2. Use structured scorecards. 3. Add hands-on tests. 4. Hire from referrals/LinkedIn/communities. Your next great security systems engineer is out there. Hire for performance, not paper. If this helped, subscribe for more hiring guides and visit peopleteam.com/hiring if you're hiring right now.